Hello, hello everyone in one moment. Because we are going to be playing Hunt Showdown, which takes place in a marshy bog, I thought it was best to use Tabletop Audio's Blastfire Bog for the evening. Just to start with, of course. Because I'm getting started by reading tarot. I've had a very interesting previous week. I've been very busy. Today I've been writing contracts and looking up contract law for Hero Factory. It's been a lot of work for me. Nothing says fun like haunted cowboys killing giant pigmen in the bayou. You know it, Salmon. I'm super excited. I actually really like Hunt Showdown, even though I'm kind of not that great at it. And tonight, we're going to be playing with Yuki Rose, who is absolutely new, and Valentin, who is kind of the same as me and just trash at it. And I hope he's not around to hear me say that. I believe we have the collab already going thanks to Saf, right as I did it. City Slicker. I'm not a city slicker, Ollie. I actually grew up in the countryside in Canada. I grew up on a farm. We grew corn, beans, and we had a lot of chickens. So I wouldn't call myself a city slicker by any means. But first, we're going to start by reading some of my chat's tarot. Now, when I spent upwards of 6 months, you love going sweet corn, it's so satisfying. When I spent upwards of 6 months hitchhiking throughout the United States of America, I traveled with a group of Puerto Rican Roma, and they taught me how to read tarot cards. And sorry, you'll just have to forgive me, I'm looking around just to make sure I haven't dropped anything. These tarot cards I learned to read, I do a very unique spread. I don't think I've seen anyone else who does the same spread as me just yet, apart from, well, the people who taught me, of course. I think tarot cards, even if they can't entirely see the future, are a great way to get people to think about their problems and look inwards to what's going on in their lives. And as such, I'm reading chat's tarot today. Now, anyone in chat can say, read my tarot, and they'll get entered in the list. But anyone who's a subscriber, you have priority. So, if you want to get your tarot read, subscribe now! Or donate directly onto the 8-bit fundraiser for my recovering my kitty cat's vet costs there. Now, I'm shuffling the deck right now, and I used to read the Raider Waite deck exclusively. I didn't read anything else but that deck. But Lulu, my lovely, beautiful girlfriend, got me for Christmas Jack Sephiroth's Heaven and Earth deck. And it comes with a few different sorts of cards. Instead of pages, it's princesses. So I read it a little bit differently than I used to. But it's still generally the same sort of reading that you'd get with a Raider Waite deck. For those of you who know tarot. You nominate Salmon, Oliver, and Chris in that order. Salmon, are you here? If you're still here and you're still paying attention, I will read your tarot first. You are! Well, you've been nominated first, and you are a subscriber, so you do take priority. I want you to think about whatever question you have right now while I shuffle the deck. Holy moly! Hey, you're benefit of being early. The early bird gets the salmon. I mean worm, right? So I'm shuffling the deck right now. I want you to think of what question you're going to ask. And then whenever you're ready, tell me to stop shuffling. Lulu gets to go next. She has girlfriend privileges. So after Salmon, we're going to go Lulu, Ollie, and then Chris. And we'll see if we have time for anyone more. I do have a collab I have to be around for tonight, as Yuki, me, and the others are. So Salmon, just go ahead and tell me when to stop shuffling this deck. And I will stop. Now, I'm allowed to stop shuffling? Oh, I'm allowed, am I? Alright, Salmon. I've stopped shuffling. Now, you can do one of two things. One, you can type your question in chat. This means that I'll get a more accurate reading, and I will be able to infer what it is that you really want to know about. Alternatively, you can keep it secret. I'm good enough at reading tarot that I can explain the meanings of the cards, and you can equate them to whatever situation that you want to ask. That's private. My only rules are, I don't allow any questions involving the misfortunes of others. No death, no suffering, nothing like that. I want a question relating to you, and whether or not you're going to succeed, or whatever kind of question you might generally have. Just nothing negative in the question. Hi, Senahesky? I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Hi, we're doing a reading for Salmon Camp right now. So, Salmon, do you want to ask your question out loud, or would you rather it remain a secret? And I've only managed to get this far in tarot reading over the course of a very long time. I've been reading tarot for more than a decade now. I've had multiple decks. You'll ask out loud? Well, hold on. Is Senahesky the same as Salmon? Are you guys the same person, just on a different account? Like, is that what's going on here? Because I'm reading for Salmon right now, but if Senahesky, if you tell me that you're the same person and I don't see Salmon Camp screaming, "No! No, me!" then I guess that's you just on a different account, isn't it? Salmon, you're starting nursing school. You're hoping it will go well. Will you be... Thank you, Senahesky. No worries. I get pranked like that all the time. You're starting nursing school next year. You're hoping you'll go well. Will you be successful? Salmon, I have shuffled the deck. How many times would you like me to cut it? If you want me to cut it 4 times, say 3. If you want me to cut it 5, say 4. Or 6. I guess that's what it would work. How many piles do you want, essentially? I hope that you all appreciate the song I picked for tonight. Again, 4. So you want 4 piles? Okay. Or did you want me to cut it 4 times? I wasn't very clear with that. But I hope you've all appreciated the song I've picked today. This is Blastfire Bog by Tabletop Audio. You can check them out on Patreon. It is what I use for a lot of my D&D games. 4 cuts? Yeehaw! So 3 piles. I think. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have here 5 piles in front of me. Far left. Farthest left, second farthest left, mid left, right, middle right, right. Oh man, 5 cuts is weird. How do you want me to stack the deck? Let's start from the farthest right. From the farthest right, where do you want that pile? Bottom, middle, top. Top? Alright, in that case, the furthest right's going to be on the top. What do you want underneath it? Far right, far left, middle right. This is a really confusing way of doing it, but I got 5 piles here. Middle left, okay. What do you want beneath your middle left? We now have left, middle, right. Okay, now we have left and right. What do you want beneath those? And Salmon, on my Discord server, as you're typing, I will be posting a picture left, and that means that the right deck is on the utmost bottom. Now, Salmon, I will be posting a picture on my Discord at the very end of the reading of all the cards you drew. But in regards to your nursing school, that you're hoping it's going to go well and it's going to be successful, in the past, we have drawn the 4 of Cups. This is a card of being unsatisfied. It's not one I draw very, very often, either. But this is your past. In regards to your past, this is evaluating everything you have in your entirety and being unsatisfied with it. You're not happy. So in your past, whatever path you were on, maybe, whatever decisions you'd made, even though they might have been profitable, you're not entirely happy with what you're getting. You want more. And it's not just stuff that's handed to you, it's stuff that you earn yourself. It could be a perhaps influential background in your life. It could be friends doing a lot more for you than you think that you're doing for them. It could be a lot. But regardless, in the past, to your nursing career, a lot of stuff was handed to you that you weren't pleased with. You wanted more that you could earn yourself. In the present, we have the Two of Pentacles. This is a card of balance. A card of equilibrium. So in the present, in the past, you might not have been satisfied with what you're getting, but in the present, you've kind of learned to begin balancing with what you are getting and what you're doing. So you sort of evened that out, maybe, Salmon. You can go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong or anything like that. We're only 2 out of the 7 cards I draw in. In the future, regarding your nursing career, whether it's going to go well or not, again, this is a very interesting one that I don't draw more. I believe that this is the 4 of Wands. I'll have to double check on that. Remember, I am using a new deck. It's my Heaven and Earth deck that Lulu got me. In the future, this is a card about building a strong foundation, creating stuff that you have built on. It was the 4 of Wands. I was correct. I just wasn't familiar with the art. Meaning that in the past, a lot of things were gifted to you, or you didn't have to work super hard for them, but you were still getting a lot. You weren't happy with that. Now you've learned how to balance what you're getting with how much you're working. And in the future, there's a strong foundation, something that you're building. It's a big picture of a church, essentially, is what this card is. And you're creating the foundations that you're going to base your entire career off of. For nursing school, you're beginning to start that foundation. So, the way I would review these first 3 cards of the 7-card reading is that in the past, a lot of stuff was just kind of handed to you. In the present, you started working for the stuff and balancing your kind of emotions on it. And in the future, rather than other people constantly bringing you things and you being unhappy with them, you're going to have a foundation that you're very, very happy with, that you're positive about. Your advice card... Oh, this is a great one to get for your advice. This is the Ace of Swords. In regards to everything, your advice card is victory through battle. This is your card about conflict, but about winning it. Meaning that you're going to stride forth and you're going to start claiming everything that you feel you deserve. Nothing's going to get handed to you. You're going to earn it all on your own, and the advice is that you take pride and power in all of that. That you take what you've got ahead of you, rather than letting others send it to you. Very, very good card, and now I'm getting more clarity for the reading. As long as I'm right on that, Sam, and you can, again, correct me if I'm wrong. Your outside influence is another Ace card, and this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is a card that is a very, very strong wealth card. Which is why I'm not used to drawing it. This is having the support that you need and protection. Your outside influence is a very strong base. It doesn't matter if it was your past where people were giving you things that you didn't feel like you deserved. Your outside influence is a hugely powerful support structure. There's a lot of people in your corner for this. And your advice is that you keep winning. That's really positive. Your advice is you keep winning because of your support structure. You're fighting with a lot of people behind you. Your fear, though, is another swords card. The Princess of Swords, which I'm used to reading as the page. But as I said, this card doesn't have pages. Instead, it has princesses. this is a fear of being too cautious. It's a really interesting one to pull with your advice, because your advice is telling you to claim those victories, but your fear is you're almost afraid to claim your own wins. And I almost feel it's from the perhaps past where you thought a lot of what you were earning was unfairly given to you, as if you didn't really earn it. But your fear is caution. It's taking it too slowly, being afraid of moving forwards, claiming those victories. Your advice is completely opposite. Your advice is claiming. Your most likely outcome, though, is another really interesting card based on this reading. We have the Eight of Cups. This is a card about fairy favors. This is illusions. This is temptations. This is, much like your Four of Cups earlier, a card about being things given to you. Except in the Eight of Cups, it's things that are unrealistic, handed to you that you haven't worked for, and as such, when you try to grasp them, they vanish. This entire reading that I'm getting the general feeling of, Salmon, and this is my first time doing a reading for you, I don't know you super well, but this entire reading is about working hard rather than what you're given, and as such building that base for yourself rather than others building it for you. You can correct me again if I'm wrong, but I feel like this is one of those readings I get where the cards are fairly clear on it. It's my first one of the night, though, so maybe I'm way fucking off. But in the end, this is your total reading. We have the Four of Cups in the past, representing things being handed to you that you're not entirely satisfied with. You want maybe a different path for yourself. You want to work and earn your own earnings. We have the Two of Pentacles, a card of balance and temperance, and finally managing those expectations between what you're given and what you're working on. The Future, the Four of Wands. By the way, the only Wands card you pulled, everything else was Swords, Cups, or Pentacles. The Four of Wands about building that future, that stability for yourself. Your advice was the Ace of Swords, which is all about claiming victories, winning fights, and taking what you deserve. Your outside influence was the Ace of Pentacles, which is a very nice support structure. Your fear, though, was being too cautious, hesitating too long. That's the Princess of Swords. And that also could be the fear of a woman in your life, perhaps cautioning you too much. Maybe there's someone who's telling you to relax or take it slow or something like that, but your advice is to just do it, man. Just do it! And then your most likely outcome involves temptations, fairy favors, things being given to you that aren't entirely real. And that's what you're going to have to avoid by taking your advice, which is winning. Thank you, Salmon. I've read tarot for a really, really long time. I'm glad that I'm able to be accurate because this is the first reading I've ever given you. So, very, very good news that it works out. I'm going to go ahead and just get my phone and get a quick picture of the cards. And you'll have to excuse my very messy desk. And I hope I don't include my thighs in the picture. And I will be posting it on my Discord. If one of my mods can put my my Discord in the chat, I'd greatly appreciate it. This is going to be under the general chat. And you can see the cards that you drew in your reading. Thank you, Runia Delwitch. Thank you for the affiliate anniversary. We're doing tarot readings today. I haven't done these in a while, but I'd love to do more of them. We just read Salmons, and next up is the amazing, the beautiful, the wonderful Lulabelle. Sorry, Jenna Senejeski. We're giving priority to subscribers, mods, and obviously Lulu, as my girlfriend, gets priority. But if you were to subscribe, we would absolutely put you in that list for priority. And if not, we will get you next time. Give me a moment. This is going to go in... where am I going to put this in on my chat? I'm just going to put this in general. And if people ask... y'all in Discord can tell them what's going on. But there are the pictures of your cards on my Chainsaw Man table mat with my horrendously messy desk. Yeah, that looks good enough. Alright, so Senejeski, if we can get to you, Senejeski, if we can get to you, we will read you. But I am prioritizing subscribers, I am prioritizing my mods, and of course... Lulu, as my wonderful, amazing, super hot girlfriend, gets priority over anybody else. And Lulu just arrived, so we're doing her next. Ollie, there we go. Ollie's after Lulu, and as a subscriber, they are prioritized. So thank you so much, Ollie, for your 2-month subscriptions and your 1-month streak. Hell yeah, it feels like we have known each other for longer than a month right now, you and me, Ollie. You are an amazing individual. I believe that we met around the same time that you were doing a charity for the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation, which is near and dear to my heart, as I had an aunt that suffered from MS pretty heavily. And Ollie raids with us pretty consistently during Tuxedo Romance raid nights on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So definitely check him out. He's super fucking cool. 2 to 3 months. I feel like it's been longer, Ollie, but I have ADHD and time blindness, so I feel like I've known people for much, much longer than I think that I actually have. Valentin and I have been friends for like 13, 14 years. I feel like I've known him for all my life. In my entire childhood, I feel like I've known him for. He's an actual brother to me, for instance. Alright, Lulu, I'm shuffling the deck. Go ahead and tell me when to stop. This is a deck Lulu bought me, by the way. She got it for me for Christmas. I believe... Stop and do 3 piles. Alright. Are you going to ask your question in public, or are you going to keep it private? Wow, you can tell she really knows how I do my tarot readings. Just a general reading, 3rd goes on the end, 2nd goes on top, 1st goes in the middle. You can see Lulu really knows how I do my readings. She bought me this deck. Yeah, she is efficient, so we should get through her soon. Alright, Lulu, in regards to your general reading in the past... This is a card I have drawn almost every single reading I've done for Lulu. Can you guess what it is, Lulu? It's one of the most important cards to us. And because I don't have a lot of time today, I've been very busy, I did order food, and so my food, I think, is going to arrive soon. It's the Lovers! She fucking guessed it! She guessed the Lovers. Every time I have read for Lulu, I have pulled this card. And in the past, we have the Lovers. It is a card about... I can't believe she guessed it, too. It really is our card at this point, but it's always so interesting to me anytime it comes up. The Lovers is the 6th of the major arcana. It is passion, one of the most important things that Lulu and I hold dear, and the things that attracted us to each other. What's up, bro? Hey, Sloth. We're reading tarot right now, and we just started reading Lulu's tarot, and she managed to guess the first card I drew, because it's always the card that I draw anytime I do a reading for her. But it's the Lovers in the past. This is a card of passion and unity for your general reading, Lulu. I always draw No, we just got started, Geode. I'm reading for Lulu right now. Lulu reads people, like, based on their zodiac sign for a month. I read people based in my chat individually with a preference towards subscribers, mods, and obviously Lulu, as my girlfriend, gets priority. We just started reading her. She wanted a general reading. In the past, we drew a card we always draw for Lulu, the Lovers. In the present, this is another card I draw for Lulu really regularly. This is the Five of Wands. It's a card of battle, strife, mental conflict. Not a physical one, not something that's external, but instead a card that's internal. Battling with yourself is how I generally read this card. And to go further detail into it, what I mean is it's more as a competition. In the present, it's a struggling to compete with others. Whether it's true or not is a little bit left to chance. It's up to the interpreter whether or not it is I'm struggling to compete with others or I'm struggling to compete with myself and do better and be better. Things like that. And you'll have to pause for a moment here, chat, because I believe that the food I ordered arrived. I didn't have time to do everything I wanted today, and if I wanted to get a tarot reading in... Aye! Thank you so much, Valentin. Grati pa affiliate Asdagen! My food is here, and I do need to fetch it. You can hear my phone ringing right now, so I'll be right back. Just because I didn't have time to do food and everything else I desired today. I didn't have time to cook. I'll be right back. Oy, oy, oy. Hello, guys. Sorry about that. Very interesting story. There is a homeless woman who's made it into the apartment complex and has broken the outside door. So I went around the long way. There's another homeless guy out there who has broken the other security door, and they followed me back to my apartment. Which is very interesting. One moment. Now the Uber Eats guy is calling me. Hello? Boy, what an interesting day. Hello, everyone. You're going to have to give me a moment just as I'm reading these tarots. Just because I want to call my building manager about what's going on in the building right now. But I'll be back in a moment. Boy howdy, what a strange situation today. Either way, I'm back. Hello. Almonds are delicious, how dare you. Hello, Lulu. So again, I think we're going to do our tarot reading for another 20 minutes maybe, just because I'm a little delayed, obviously, thanks to extenuating circumstances. Delicious chicken. But we will... I think Lulu and I's date night's tomorrow, but if she'll allow me, I'll do a whole tarot reading stream tomorrow, since a lot of people seem interested. Chicken popcorn. I love popcorn and I love chicken, so I got both. Mom. And in regard to Lulu's, you just had chicken popcorn yesterday too? Wow. You lucky bard. Regardless, in the past we have the lovers Lulu, Thank you for the raid, Bootleg Bard. If you don't know me, I'm River the Bard. I do a lot of D&D and other TTRPG content. Today I'm reading Tarot and then doing a collab with Yuki and Valentin. And you can see them with exclamation mark collab for Hunt Showdown. Anyways, Lulu, for your reading... Wait, a gorilla collab. Lulu, for your reading, we have the lovers in the past, and then the... Thank you so much! Thank you so much! We have the lovers in the past, followed by the Five of Pentacles in the current. And as I said, this is a card about strife. In the present, regards to your general... Sorry, the future, regards to your general reading... Oh, Lulu, you know this card. I know how happy you get anytime this card shows up in your own readings. And you guessed the lovers earlier. I'm not going to make you guess this one. It's the Ten of Pentacles. I would be happy to teach anyone who wanted to learn, but I read in a very weird way. I learned from a group of Puerto Ricans that I traveled with for a bit while I was hitchhiking throughout the United States. Puerto Rican Roma. This is a card about physical manifestation and abundance. So in the future, for your general reading, Lulu, abundant. The future, Lulu. The Ten of Pentacles on the future. Yeah, it's a really great card. Your advice. I know you do. I know you how much you love it. I always seem to draw the lovers and the Five of Wands for you. I don't think I've ever drawn anything else, really, in those positions. It's really interesting. Every time I draw for you, I always see the Five of Wands in that. Now, in your advice, though, we have the Knight of Wands. This is a card about not hesitating, charging ahead, seeking adventure. This is always, I generally view the Knights as someone in your life that is bringing you that. Hi, Hezzy. Thank you so much for coming by. So the Knight of Wands is a card about someone who brings you movement. Movement forward, charging ahead. Adaptability and constant flexibility. Someone who challenges you. Dude, you know, no worries. Thank you so much for the raids, Bootleg Bard. And if you got a raid and bounce, take some time, look after yourself, get some water, get some food. Have a good evening, buddy. Oh, wow. Lulu, your outside influence is a little on the nose, and it's got me blushing a little bit. Her outside influence in regards to her future is, the Ten of Cups. This is wish come true, true joy, being proud of your accomplishments, luxury, and lifelong fulfillment. Oh my. This is in a social sense, though. Cups are always a card about social, wands are a card about the mental, pentacles are a card about physical wealth, and then swords are a card about physical victories and conflict. I know, right? Your fear, however, is another one I feel that we've seen before in your readings, Lulu. It's the King of Cups. This is a card about a male authority figure in your life that you fear is heartless, stifling, abusive, and shows betrayal. It's a fear. River bugging out? No, I'm grabbing another dip from my popcorn chicken while I read these, and I wait to see Lulu's reaction is the general plan. But it's really difficult because I don't have any nails because I bite them. And like I said, we're only going to do these readings for another 15 minutes more, meaning I think after this one we get time for one more, and then we're going to go right into Hunt with Valentin and Yuki. And I'll do more tarot readings tomorrow. I didn't realize these were going to be so popular. Overcoming your fear, Lulu. We have your most likely outcome, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Another card of someone bringing you things. I believe the princesses are messengers, whereas the knights are someone who bring you that sort of victory for you. So it's a victory handed. This is a card about someone bringing you trust and security. Meaning, to go over the whole thing, Lulu, for your general reading, in the past, we have the lovers, unity, harmony, enjoyment, everything that you want. The present, we have strife and conflict of a mental nature. Perhaps it's not entirely external, but instead something you're battling in yourself. The future, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is abundance, luxury, and everything that you want. Financially coming true. Your outside influence, your advice is someone who brings you the ability to charge ahead, push forward, make that change, and claim your victories. Your outside influence is your wish coming true, what you wanted entirely. Your fear is someone betraying you or causing some sort of self-harm. And your outside influence is someone nom 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 who is bringing you trust and security. How's that sound, Lulu? Any questions? Anything that you want to know about? Now, I will do more of these readings tomorrow, I think. It is Lulu and I's date night, so as long as she allows it, I'll be doing these readings. But for today, the last person we're going to read before we do our Hunt Showdown game is Ollie, who was not only nominated by a mod, but is also a subscriber. I'm not going out and enjoying the night. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here. My door is broken. I couldn't open the security door. The homeless woman who broke into the apartment destroyed it. And the door doesn't work anymore. She's camped out front of my apartment door. I'm not leaving anywhere. Tomorrow? Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Thank you, Hezzy. Come tomorrow. Come tomorrow. I'll read you again, man. Regardless, for Ollie. Ollie, tell me when to stop shuffling. Should be able to hear me. I shuffle right by the mic. "12 shuffles. Alright, let me count 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Alright, split into 3. Left on top, middle on middle, right on bottom. That would be as such. Ollie, do you know your question, or do you want to keep it secret? Why eat my popcorn chicken? Dude, I would love that. Luminous, that sounds amazing. I've told people for a full cyberpunk set, I would kill for. Alright, question remains secret. In that case, Ollie, I can only explain the cards. It's up to you to determine their context, okay? In the past, Ollie, for whatever you asked, we have the Knight of Swords. This is a person in your life who brings you victory and success. Generally, it's someone who's fighting hard for you too. Not always winning, but doing their best. This is impulsive, rushing forward, taking swift action. It could mean you, it could mean another male figure in your life, or someone that you perceive as having authority in your life. Ollie. In the present, we have another sword card. This is one I relate to very heavily, but not in a positive way. It's not a positive card. It's a card of, in the present, anxiety, pressure, and stress. I like to believe then, Ollie, whatever you asked me, in the past you were your own knight. You were fighting hard, you were doing your best, you were constantly combating. But with the Nine of Swords right now, I almost feel as if that fight's starting to become too much for you, or too much for whoever it is, and you're worried about that person who's constantly fighting for you. The future, though, we have a card I literally drew last reading, but in the same position, despite the fact that I shuffled a shit ton, cut the deck according to your orders. It's the Ten of Pentacles, a card of wealth. It is a card that talks about abundance, stable income, the physical manifestations of your effort. So it's a very positive card coming off of a lot of negatives. And you've also gotten the second major arcana we've drawn tonight in your advice. This is the Star. A card that your advice is about blessings, dreams. But more importantly, not just dreams, but dreaming big. Grand ambitions, making wishes. Your advice is that you don't think small, it's that you think huge. We're not done yet. Your outside influence is the King of Swords, a card we had just talked about previously. It sounds like a lot of your cards are about conflict and battle. This is an outside influence of someone in your life who has authority, holding control, and some sort of very, very, grip on leadership with you. It's someone in charge of whatever question you've asked that's the outside influence. Someone who holds total control over it. It could be you, it could be your former knight. But in the end, the outside influence is that whatever you asked is coming down to one person. Your fear is a card that we all fear. It's justice as the 11th of the major arcana, and a second major arcana for this evening. This fear is poor decisions, a loss against you. It's not judgment where you're being judged for your sins or anything. It's more of a blind sort of justice coming back at you. Not exactly karmic, but not exactly unexpected. Some sort of retribution. Wow! Ollie, I don't know what you asked, but whatever you asked is a very powerful reading with a lot on your mind right now, as the most likely outcome, right after your fear being justice, the most likely outcome is judgment. It's a resurrection and a rebirth. It's a return to the source, being judged for whatever battle that you're doing. Maybe in the end, if I were to read this, for whatever you asked as you being your knight, maybe you took a victory in the past that you're not entirely proud of. that cut you, or at least someone did for you. In the present, you're worried and anxious over it, and well, the future, it's going to lead to wealth. You're worried about the bill coming due. Your advice, though, is to keep dreaming big and keep thinking big. So perhaps the judgment in the end, and again, I have no context for what you asked, perhaps the judgment in the end is that your dreams are big enough, and because you thought so big that you accomplished them. It's a very conflict-heavy reading, as the only minor arcana we drew at all, hello Mika, the only minor arcana we drew at all for you, Ollie, was the Ten of Pentacles, which in the future is a very, very positive card, but the rest of this is all very, very combative. What do you think, Ollie? Am I completely off the mark? Do you want to give me any context so I can help? Because this was a surprise, where I did a reading without knowing what the actual question was. After this, Mika, we're going into the Hunt Showdown with Valentin and Yuki. It's very accurate. Well, I hope all goes well for you, Ollie, because you definitely deserve it too. Alright, guys. With that, we're going to do a shit ton more tarot readings tomorrow. I didn't think that these tarot readings were going to be as popular as they were, which is the only reason I haven't done them regularly. But I made plans tonight to play Hunt Showdown with Yuki and Valentin, and we will be playing that very shortly, within the next 5 minutes. So guys, take a little break. We're going to do more tarot tomorrow, as long as Lulu allows it. It is her and I's date night. And, yeah. Delicious. Stay tuned for Hunt Showdown.